Okay, so sit down. Tell us who you are.
Hi, I'm Charlie Horst from the Netherlands.
How many of you have come over today?
9 people.
9 people. That's a large number.
Yeah, true.
How easy is it for you to get over here? Take a ferry, plane?
We just took just a plane. It's like 1 hour, 15 minutes.
Excellent.
Easy.
And how are you finding the event?
Sorry?
How's the event going for you?
2-0, so I'm pretty happy. I'm flying. I'm flying the Jump Master.
Yeah.
So I'm just flying the Meta basically. Hey.
They know who you are.
So yeah, it's going pretty good. I'm happy.
What are you playing? Sorry, Jump Masters?
Yeah, 3 Jump Masters.
Okay.
The 97 points version, which Ryan something won the other open win. Yeah.
Yeah, Fleming. Yeah, Ryan Farmer's the one from Minot Squadron. So what sort of things? What sort of meta do you have in Holland, in Netherlands?
We had a lot of pulp aces and Jump Masters.
Yeah.
Basically, what I'm seeing today.
Okay, cool. Your closest open would be the Denmark one?
I think so, Copenhagen, yeah.
Will you be going as well?
I thought about it, but since I'm having a small baby and everything, I'm just staying with the wife.
Excellent. Last year, I had my third son was born a week before, no, 2 weeks before the regional in Valencia, which is where I did my first stream.
Oh, wow.
And we were there in the hospital, and I was going, okay, the paternity leave that they give me ends on this day, and there's a tournament at this time, and she was like, okay, yeah, go ahead.
Oh, wow.
And we were in the hospital, and I brought in all my bases and started painting them up to get them all ready, because that was the first stream I did. I had all my ideals thought of. I knew what I was going to do, so I had to buy the webcam, the tripod. I knew I wanted those coloured bases and all that sort of stuff prepared. And actually, the first one, what I actually did is, because I've got the players on one side of the screen for each colour.
Right.
You saw the videos yesterday, yeah? Mm-hmm. What I did in the first one, it got a bit dumb, was I got some tablecloths that were red and yellow and put them underneath the playmat. So the red side of the table and you had the yellow side of the table. But the thing is, they were like really cheap, shiny ones, so they looked a bit tacky. And also, being in Spain, red and yellow are like the national colours, so it made it look like it was proper, like really Spanish. So they kind of went off it a bit, and I took them off in the next tournament I went to, the national tournament. But mostly because in the national tournament there wasn't enough space to put them on. But, but then after that I realised it wasn't really worth it. They weren't bringing anything to the game. The screen has the players marked up in red on one side and yellow on the other. So that's enough information as far as the bases.
It looks very slick as you do it right now. It's really awesome.
I mean, we're suffering a bit because there's very low light here, so the camera's coming out quite poor with a lot of noise on it. I've got the feed on that TV. That's pretty good. But when you're looking at it on this feed, the processing of the digital signal is reducing it a lot because of the amount of noise on the image, and also it's meaning that it has to put a lot more work into processing it, and so you'll see when people are moving it's a slightly more jerkier image. Not much I can do about it with the low light conditions I have. If you wanted to take a look at really what kind of a good quality the same equipment can do, you take a look at the final from Madrid from 2 weeks ago, and it was pretty much daylight in the sports hall.
The tie swarm, was it, right?
Yes, against the Pal bases with the Suntir that went down
with
in one hit.
The one-hit wonder Suntir,
That was incredible. We actually, you've seen now, I've also got little ID tokens based on colours instead of numbers to be visible on the camera.
Okay.
And Mario, when he played, and shout out to Mario, he's playing in Valencia Regional today, not Valencia, Zaragoza Regional today.
Right.
He's actually a very superstitious player.
Really?
But I've gotten to know him several times because he's a very high-level player, so he's got to a couple of finals with me recording.
Right.
And he's whenever we get to the table, I say to him, change your bases. And he goes... I go, please. And he goes, really? I go, right, you don't have to. And he goes, all right, I'll do it. And then this time I said, now you've got to take your ID tokens off and put these on. And he goes,
really?
And I go, please. And eventually he did it. And what he ended up doing was, to begin with, he put 2 black squadrons with the coloured tokens and 1 without, and 2 academy squadrons with coloured tokens and 1 without. And I said, the problem is, because the academy and the black squadron are the same without a coloured token, I don't know which one's which. So you have to put 1 more on. And he was like, all right. So he ended up picking the black one and put the black one on Academy Pilot. And that was the Academy Pilot that took Suntir out.
Really?
So he said, as you pick black, we're going to name that pilot Black Death. And we did a pilot card for him with an ability that said, still Academy Pilot, 12 points, ability 1. And we said, this is a Black Death. when your opponent must draw 1 critical damage face-up damage card, he must draw 2.
Oh, right, exactly.
to give the effect of what was going on. That was seeing us.
That
right
was
now.
sick. That was sick.
It was a horrible way to see such a high-level play.
Yeah.
A game pretty much just be resolved on such a lucky dice roll.
Well, although, in my opinion, Sunter shouldn't have been there.
It's true. He
took a risk.
He heavily risked into. He was trying to keep his dial open to be able to have more maneuverable options, and basically just wasn't giving him the defense that he needed when he had to roll those dice.
Yeah.
But there you go. That's the variance of the game, isn't it? That's even if you blank out on a dice roll, if that first critical hit had been thrust, control, fire, you get 1 more stress token.
You're still in the game.
Nothing happens.
Right.
But it's just the fact you've got that combination of a major explosion followed by a direct hit. Sunti is out of there thanks to the Academy TIE Fighter rolling 1 critical range 2.
That's 1 Academy this guy came from.
Yeah. Do you guys in Holland have regional tournaments?
Yeah, we do. We have a lot, actually.
Oh, yeah? How many?
We have like 4.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's good. For such a small country as well.
Yep.
In Spain, we have 6.
6, but you guys have like huge regionals with 100.
For the reason that there's only 6 and the communities are so large.
Right.
That's part of the problem we have. Also, there's a geographical problem that the cities, really large cities, are really spread out. And in between those cities, there's very small communities, not big enough to be able to form a regional event or a store championship and stuff like that. So what ends up happening is that the regionals, people travel from all over Spain to go to them because there's so few of them and because it's the only options they've got.
Right.
So that's part of the reason there. Not much we can do about it right now. We're going to see if we can get some more for next year, but then we don't even know if that will fix the problem because it will just mean there's more regionals for people to travel to.
Exactly.
Yeah, and where do you put them? That's the other problem. We've pretty much got them spread out at the moment all over the country. Yeah. Just that we need to be able to find large-sized cities that are able to host them, and that's the difficulty that we're facing.
True.
Not just because, I mean, the problem is such large tournaments, and the macro tournaments as they are not a sustainable way of running a regional tournament. Because
who's making money off of it?
Yeah, they're not making any money off of them. They always have to look for outside venues, like a sports hall, shopping centre, camping this weekend in Zaragoza, a hotel in Sevilla, and so they've got to look for extra venues, which is more expenses.
Right.
And on top of that, you've got the fact that people are traveling to these events. So if you're going to start doing 2-day events, because there's a lot of rounds involved,
right?
There's got to be hotels. There's got to be the infrastructure in the town to support that many people to arrive as well. So you can't just put it anywhere. There's got to be the hotels and hostels and stuff like that to be able to accommodate the people that are going to travel.
True.
And it's difficult, but it seems to be a situation that we're uniquely compromised to have to deal with right now. This is one of the biggest events they've ever been used to here, and so they've had to adapt quite quickly. I actually gave them a couple of tips before we started sort of things that we do. Like we were saying earlier, the air conditioning, we weren't really sure if it was switched on. And we said,
it is.
It is now.
It is.
It is now. But when it wasn't switched on, I was saying it's quite a bit warm in here. And it's not that I'm saying I'm hot now, but once these guys are all playing and everybody's generating heat, it will get to the point that if you've not got the air conditioning switched on, by the time it's time to switch on, it'll be too late. It'll take too long for it to be able to wipe out the heat that had been generated.
True.
That's some of the things that we see. We've got next week the Tatooine Open in Madrid that I'll be streaming as well.
Cool.
And that's being held in the sport hall. We're not sure if that's air conditioning, so there may be a reason why it's called Tatooine.
Oh, wow.
Which we're waiting to see at the moment. I am thinking about buying myself a little fan for the table. So we'll see if that's going to be necessary.
Yeah.
If you guys, I'm going to say thank you to you now.
Yeah, sure.
Off you go and get ready for lunch. I talked way too much there. I'm sorry.
No, it's cool. It's enjoyable.
It was a pleasure to meet you.
Yeah.
If you and the rest of the Netherlands guys want to come over, say hi to the people at home, stuff like that. Yeah. Let me know. I'm here and there's nobody else sat here. It means I'm free.
Oh, that's cool. We'll definitely drop by.
Thank you very much.
Keep up the good work. Thank you.
And same to you, Charlie.
To the end of the round, because 13 minutes.
13 minutes left in the round.
Please be back at your table for